my great-grandfather started this building, and he was a mercantile guy. He thought that all of these farmers deserved the best. And he had a milliner. He sold rugs made in Italy and in Tunisia, and he had fur coats. He had socks and shoes, very nice clothes, and it was just filled with people. And he had a person that fixed hair for women. It was just probably a mecca for women to come to and shop. He had men's clothing also, but he knew what they needed, and there were people coming here from the East and from Europe, and they were streaming through Nebraska on their way to different places.
Yeah.
And they needed everything. They had nothing.
Hello and welcome to the Connect podcast, brought to you by the Holdridge Area Chamber of Commerce. I am your host, Adam Hernandez, and I am so excited to get started today. But before we get into the episode with our guest, I just want to go over a few things on our community calendar. On Tuesday this week, we've got a literary pumpkin decorating contest that starts. We've got the 100 Years of Hank at the Tassel this week. Gray's Twisted Manor is going to keep the month looking spooky with a ribbon cutting to open up and celebrate their grand opening. A very fun week in our community. There's a lot more going on, so check out our website. That's holdridgechamber.com and click on our events tab, and you can check all of those out. But today, we are very honored to be joined by Betty Sayers with Buzz Savories.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. This is going to be delightful.
As you can see around, we're in a new location today. I got the chance to come visit Betty at her place of business. So thanks for allowing us to come by. The first question I want to ask you, Betty, and it's a big one, but how did you start? Where did your journey start?
This is a different journey. I've been an educator. I've been working in Minnesota. I've been working at different aspects of colleges, and I came back to Nebraska because my mother was very old. She was in her hundreds, and I just thought, I'm missing something. So back I come, and I realized that I didn't have my friends from the past because it had been 35 years, and they weren't around. And so I didn't play golf. I don't play bridge. I don't have a pet. I don't have a dog. I didn't have any way I thought I could connect. So I thought, well, what is it I want to learn? And I made a list. And this is just the truest thing. I had a page and a half of things I really wanted to learn that I'd been too busy to. The very top was beekeeping. And I looked at that, I said, what? Where did that even come from? And then there was a beekeeper. This was in January, a very cold, windy, horrible day. Beekeepers came from Lincoln and had a workshop in Kearney. So I put myself together in my boots and hat and mittens and all, and got there and opened the door to this group of people that I thought, these are the people I want to be around. They were dressed in corduroys and in boots up to their knees and cotton, hats over their ears, and their faces were ruddy, and they had on gloves. And I thought, I like this bunch. So then it started.
Yeah.
And then from there, the beekeeping was 2 or 3 years of just. It's a lot to learn, and you never learn it. You never get it. But I network. I've got really, I call them friends in the beekeeping world. And these are terrific beekeepers. These are commercial ones. And we have them nearby in Nebraska. Oh. Nebraska is one of the better places in the whole USA. It was even better before the corn and soybeans came into play. But you can still find places that bees thrive, and it's clover. Wow. But some of them are in South Dakota, some of them in Kansas, Nebraska. This whole area is a major beekeeping place for the best honey in the world. I have 2 gift sets, and they can be any combination. That's what's new this year. If 3 things together is a gift set, I think. But what we started with is the spicy beer mustard, the honey mustard, and the honey. And then we have the middle candle, and you'll notice this wood coaster, and it is made by a gentleman that is a woodworker in Holdridge. And with it, we will have that little candle snuffer. And we have also, I don't have it with me, but we have a recipe book.
Okay.
I forgot to do that. So there's about 6 items in it. Then in the second one is a honey one. So we will have honey, and we have this little candle here with those little 3, and then
Those are amazing.
the little beehive one.
This one here? Oh, that's
And
so
that has
cool.
a china coaster that goes with it.
Oh, wow.
And we have a Twizzler.
Yes.
That's the Twizzler. With the honey one, we have a little package of pollinator seeds for the buyer.
Okay.
And on this is a list of the pollinators in this package.
Oh, wow.
And it's in the box.
Okay.
So it's planted, you can plant it in the winter. Just throw it on the snow in a patch area that you want it to grow, and it'll grow.
Really?
Because they're Nebraska pollinators, and they beat out anything that's not them.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Well, and
it
yeah,
is.
we were talking in the past about you mentioned clover, and I said, I have some clover at my house, and you were like, feel good about that because you're helping out.
You're
you know?
right. Pollinators are the bees like clover
Yeah.
a lot. Those flowers they keep coming all the time. It's a powerful plant.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is.
Absolutely.
Oh, and then there's one more. This is the one at the end, and Tom Lanham makes the stand,
Oh,
and
my
he gets
goodness.
wood from a woodcutter in Lincoln, and it's 3 years in the drying process, and then he polishes it and cuts it, and it fits the candle perfectly.
That is amazing.
It is gorgeous, isn't
And
it?
this is new? Mm-hmm. Okay.
This is new.
Is this on the website yet? All
I
right.
think-
BuzzSavoriesLLC.com, and I'll list that on there as well. You mentioned your list. Were there any memorable things on that list that you remember that you?
Oh, I'm a writer. I'm a writer, and I'm. Actually, I my goal is to have time to write because I write poetry. I write small things. I've had a book published, but it was a technical book.
Sure.
And now I just can spend, I can spend 10 hours just sitting and thinking and writing.
Yeah.
And that I haven't. That's in the past, but
Yeah.
I'll get to it. But with this website, that's the fascination I have with the website,
Yeah.
because it's somewhere along the line I have to write every month
Yes.
describing what we're doing.
And it's amazing. I check out your website, but I frequent your emails, and they're just so beautifully put together. And you can tell that you love the
I
writing.
do.
inside of those.
That's one of my joys.
Yeah.
And I really like it because it's so personal, and all of this is a network, and it's Holdridge Network,
Yeah.
and it's these beekeepers, and it's the families, and it all fits.
Yeah, that's
with
amazing.
me.
What does a typical day in your business look like? What's the process of the honey and the honey mustard and the beer mustard?
First of all, the honey arrives, like this year we had 300 pounds of honey. And I do not extract. There's a beekeeper, Mark Hamilton by Odessa, that extracts. And then I pick it up, and I have it in gallon jugs. And then the whole process, you have jars. So I fill it in the jars, I put on the labels, I put the seal on, and then there it is. It's ready to go. Then if you do anything with mustard, which I do, then that's a whole different thing. And I have a commercial kitchen, and it's at the Funk Community School.
Yeah,
And it's a great gift to this county.
it definitely is.
Every county should have one. And I took a long time finding the right one, because
Yeah.
I was driving 45 miles to one around Lexington, north of Lexington, in the winter in the snow.
Yeah,
And it's hard, but you have to have it. If you're going to do anything with this food business, you've got to do that. So we're lucky, and I love where I do it. And you have to store it. With a commercial kitchen, once I've opened a package of anything, you can't move it.
oh,
So you don't just have a kitchen. you have a place to store it. And see, I have all that there. So
That's amazing.
and then the mustard takes, it takes 24 hours in a cold environment like a refrigerator to keep it spicy.
Mm-hmm.
And then it can't warm up, and then I blend it cold.
Yeah.
And it has honey in it. It has brown mustard seeds. It has yellow mustard seeds. Lost Way Brewery, Old Creamery Stout. It has turmeric, allspice, salt, cider vinegar.
That's amazing.
And that's it. It's all natural.
Yeah.
Everything you know what it is.
And those are great ingredients. Myself, I've done a lot of deep diving into turmeric, and I don't know what to put it in.
I know.
I don't know how to use it, but I know it's good.
It is. It's something we should all have, and it's common in mustards.
Yeah,
so
that's great.
It is. And it's quite a few ounces, so it's not a small amount. But then you pack it, and then you have to measure it. I mean, every one of these jars is weighed.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get a machine.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my goals this year, a filler machine.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to get a label machine because my labels are crooked because I do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not perfect. And I think that for what I'm doing, I need to have it look more perfect. So that's a goal. And then comes